Saturday one take. Camera's rolling. Camera's rolling before I'm even ready. But sometimes that's the Saturday one take. They just start rolling. I don't even know who they is, because they is me. I control this whole operation. But it is cold out here. I had to come goose down puffer 2 days in a row. Today we got the Gonya on, and I might need to get a Supwell patch or something, because look at this. 2 years ago when I was traveling for work, you know how the hotel rooms, they have the locks inside the door where you have the clasp? Well, I was rushing out of the hotel room to go meet up with my colleagues, and my left arm, it was the Holiday Inn in downtown Brooklyn. If you guys know that one, my left arm, it got caught on the open part of the latch, the clasp, as I was coming back into the room to grab my key. So you have the part that goes like this on the door itself, and then the open part on the side. So I was cutting in through the door jamb and it ripped it. So might need to get a Supwell patch. I was planning to go to the Gonya factory at some point, or the store down in Austin, but I didn't make it to TRE. So today we are talking winter running shoes, because it's so cold, because I had to come goose down, and because the past few days I've been running and walking in freezing temperatures. Freezing temperatures. I'm not kidding when I say that. 32 degrees Fahrenheit or colder. That's gosh dang cold for a Carolina chap like me. So what do you want in a winter running shoe? Let's start it there. I made notes and everything. I'll put my notebook over there. The first thing that you want in a winter running shoe is for it to be unbreakable. You need your shoe to be unbreakable. Let's start off just with this one right here. Oh gosh. Unbreakable. What does that mean? Unbreakable means that the foam will not firm up in the cold, because a lot of the foams that were historically used in running shoes, namely ethylene vinyl acetate, which you might know as EVA, and now I'm in the dark. Can we get the shoe proper with me still visible? Winter filming is like winter running. It's harder. EVA foams firm up in the cold. They are not resistant to temperature changes, but some of the more modern foams like beaded TPU, what's in this Adidas Ultra Boost, or TPEE, or PEBA, polyether black amide. I don't even know if any of the shoes I brought out here today have PEBA, but some of the more modern foams will do better in the cold. You want a shoe that is unbreakable, number one, because you don't want to be waking up at 5 a.m., going out to run on the 20 degrees, and it feels like you're just slamming your cold limbs into the cold concrete. So first, unbreakable. Second, you want some good traction. Now, whether you live up north when it's going to be icy, wet, and rainy, or you live down in the Carolinas where it's more rain than ice, or in the southeast in general, you're going to want some good traction for the winter months. And third, people sleep on this, but the third thing is you want a shoe that's going to motivate you to run. So whether it's because of the technology or the look or the performance or the comfort of the feel, something. You're not going to want to roll out of bed in a standard drab shoe at 4:30 a.m. running through the streets of New York or Philly or wherever you live, South Jersey, like our friend Dom's. You're not going to want to roll out of bed into a pair of Pegasus 41 all black, stomp in the yard, and getting your knees locked up. That's how you get hypothermia, because then you're going to start walking and you're going to be cold. So you need the foam to be unbreakable. You want something that's relatively resistant to the temperature. You want something that has good grip for the ice and the wet. And you want something that looks good and that motivates you to run, however that means. So that's how I came up with this list of the 5 best winter running shoes. Let's start off with an honorable mention. This is one that I think is going to be fire. This is one I think it's going to be fire. It's behind my back. It's in front of my back. I have not tested it yet in the cold. I will be doing that soon. But let me tell you why I think it's going to be fire, and then you got to tune in when I actually run it in the cold. But this is the Adidas Terrex. This is actually a trail shoe, and I have a few trail shoes on this list, but the lugs in this are only 2.5 millimeters. And if you look at this bottom here, this doesn't look that much more aggressive than a lot of road shoes. No, sir. And it has an unbreakable foam. The foam in here is Adidas Light Strike Pro, and any of the race foams, or most of them, I'll say all of them are going to be more resistant to temperature than the standard training foams, and most of them are going to be fairly well performing in the temperatures, because that's what they're engineered to do. So you get the full Continental outsole with the good grip, plus the nice foam. It's a trail shoe. It's $220. That puts it in line with a lot of the high-end training shoes. So I don't know, tune in. This is an honorable mention or just a hypothesis. I think this could be a speed winter banger, but I haven't tested it yet, even just in regular temperatures, but I'll be doing some cold weather testing on it soon, so stay tuned. That's honorable mention. Now, number 5, Adidas Ultra Boost. This is what I was holding up before. This foam, what is it called? Light Boost. This is the new version of the Boost Foam Light Boost. This foam is indestructible. I've run in this shoe a few times. I've run in the cold, I've run in the warm, but I ran in a past version of the shoe, 700 miles. I took it to Massachusetts. I took it to North Carolina. I took it to South Carolina. I took it to... I can't think of other states that I traveled while that was my primary shoe, but I put a lot of miles on the Ultra Boost. Was it the Ultra Boost 22? It was a previous version of this shoe. It was bright green. This Boost foam is tank-like. It is unbreakable, and you get the Continental rubber on the bottom here. Plus, it's $135 on sale right now. So that's the benefit of this shoe. If you want a solid workhorse for the winter, something that's gonna be great for indoor running and outdoor running, that's where this comes into play. This is excellent on the treadmill and also excellent in the winter weather. And for $135, if you're looking for a pure winter daily trainer, this is a great pick, because you might already have your rotation set, but you just want something, hey, I want something I can do the treadmill, or I want something for running outside. Bada boom, bada bang. Plus, this colorway, which is the launch colorway, this is the one that's on sale. And you get the pink and the orange. What could be better for a winter shoe than some pink and the orange? As long as you don't live in a city where you're gonna get the dirty gray snow up on this white upper. But number 5, Adidas Ultra Boost 5X. By the way, I'll put all the links to these in the description below. I'm not sure if Running Warehouse has the deal to this. I'll put whatever lowest deal price I can find on this, but all the other ones are Running Warehouse. All right. Next up here, let me check my notes. This is in order. This is a ranking. That was number 5. Let me check my notes. All right, number 4, a shoe that I have been wearing a lot recently. It's been hard to get this one off my foot. Oh gosh, it's Saturday one take, so we got to keep it rolling. That was quite unfortunate, huh? All right, all our cords are plugged in. Hobby golfers coming through. Nike Zagama 2. This is another trail shoe. Look at the lugs and the traction you're gonna get. So this one is more aggressive lugs than if you look at the previous Adidas shoe. These are 2.5 to 3. The Zagama has 4mm lugs. It grips the ground like an absolute beast. I took this into the cold and mud on a trail last week out at Ann Springs Coast Greenway in South Carolina. And yes, it was South Carolina, but it was also freezing temperatures. Go watch the Zagama first run if you have not. But where this has shined or shone, where this has been a bouse, for me, since I got it just last Friday, is everyday comfort. This is a very comfortable shoe. So if you want a winter walking shoe for the city, or a winter max stack shoe where you know you're gonna need a lot of grip, either you're doing road to trail or you're doing roads that are gonna be icy and you just need that good traction, this is gonna be a tank. The underfoot experience is extremely comfortable. It reminds me a lot of the Vomero 17, which if you've watched the channel, or if you're an OG on the channel, you know how much I love the Vomero. That thing is a workhorse, and I took it out a few months ago, even after running in the dozens of shoes I've tested this year, and it still stands up. It's still more comfortable than shoes like the Nova Blast. That's still a banger. I am really excited for the Vomero 18. If they've evolved it and kept the core spirit, that shoe is gonna be great. And this shoe suggests to me what the Vomero 18 should feel like, and hopefully will feel like. So you get the ZoomX foam in the middle here. They do have the ZoomX stamped on the side. It's not a full bed of ZoomX because you can't do that in a trail shoe without, well, they do it in the Ultrafly, but they also wrap it in some sort of material. But in this guy, it's, I believe, Cushlon carrier foam. So dual foam setup, extremely comfortable, plus 4mm drop. It's either 4 or 5. I think it's 4mm drop. So you get more stack in the forefoot than any other Nike training shoe. So very protective up in the forefoot. It feels like a max cushion cruiser. It's like a Nimbus for the trails. I know they do have a Nimbus TR actually and a Nova Blast 4 TR. I haven't tried either of those shoes. If you're interested in me trying them, maybe I will. Maybe I'll get the Nimbus 27 TR or something, because those are coming out. But very comfortable shoe. I've been using this for walking. I used it for this trail. I don't even call it a race. But out at Stevens Creek Nature Preserve in Mint Hill, they did the turkey trot today. They did it on Saturday because Thursday was Thanksgiving, and it's a government agency, so it's closed because it's a county park. But I ran and walked 3.5 miles in the shoe with the stroller. And the whole time I was thinking these kids are freezing and yelling at me. And I'm just trying to get back to mommy because she ran with Mace, who won the kids race. But I was thinking, this is a very comfortable shoe, man. This is such a comfortable shoe. So if you want a winter trail max stack comfort shoe or a comfort shoe with great grip, this is it. If you want the best in comfort and the best in off-road traction or wet weather grip, just grip in general, this would be it. Now, it's not the most compliant on the roads because it does have these aggressive lugs. Anything with these lugs, it always feels, you can hear that. It just feels hard. Now watch me. You can hear the difference slapping the Ultra Boost down versus the Zegama. It has that harder, crunchier feel, less flexible because of that really stiff outsole. But if you're going to be running, crunching through the snow or crunching through some dirty city mud, this is going to be great. Absolute comfort banger at number 4, Nike Zegama. Plus, it's discounted on Running Warehouse right now, and if you use my code, which you can get through the Supwell app, you can get this for under $100 in the women's or about $115 in the men's. All right, number 3 here, we have a tie. At number 3, we're going the Puma brothers, Stan and Boris. That's not even a German name. I have no idea where that came from. I apologize. Number 3, Mag Max and DVA Nitro 3 tied. I'm pulling both of these because the qualities of them that make them good for the winter are the same. They both have the Puma grip outsole. The Mag Max outsole is a touch grippier, but same compound. It's going to perform great in the wet weather. They both have a similar foam. I'm not sure if it's the exact same foam on the top layer here, but a nice bow. Bro, I think this might be the most physical mishaps we've had in a video. And that guy's watching me. What are you looking at, bro? We're hobby vlogging. Yeah, they both have the same or similar nitro foam. Very bouncy. The Puma is a max stack behemoth. So the traction on this is not going to be as good as the Zegama, but if you want something soft, or not soft, but bouncy and protective for the winter, that'll be it. And if you want something fast, this is going to be the fastest speed shoe I'm highlighting here out of all these versus Adidas, or other than the Adidas, but versus the Zegama, versus the Ultra Boost. So if you want a workout shoe, that'll be the DVA Nitro 3. If you want a max stack cruiser, that'll be the Mag Max. These are going to perform great in the cold. I did take this out in the cold earlier this week, the Mag Max, and it's performed well. And I know a few other people have been running this in the cold, and it's performed well too. I did hear one guy actually say it was super cold, like single degree Celsius, low single degree Celsius. I guess that's the same as I was running in, so I don't know. This foam performed well for me. Now, if you're getting down to 0 Fahrenheit or sub-zero Fahrenheit, I can't help you with any testing there because it does not get that cold down here. But I'm standing in the shade right now, and it's gosh dang 30 degrees. My fingers are freezing. Look at these fingers. Look at these fingers. You can tell that they're cold. So Puma's coming in at number 3, tied. Number 2, another banger to come through. Very similar to the Ultra Boost in use case, but number 2, Nike Peg Trail Gore-Tex. So this is the only Gore-Tex upper version of a shoe that I brought out here. And by the way, if it's not going to be actively downing on you, and if it's not freezing, you don't need the Gore-Tex. I would suggest using a nice merino wool sock. Use my Running Warehouse link, get something from Features or get something from Smartwool and use my discount code. It takes, I think, 10 to 20% off a sock. So if it's not actively dumping buckets on you, you don't need the Gore-Tex, but this would be my pick if you want that complete protection. If you're going to be running, I thought that was a chicken. Now we have dogs. That's somebody's dog. If you want the complete protection from the snow, that's what the Peg Trail is great for. This thing is legendary when it comes to winter performance. Plus, they've upgraded the outsole. You now have Nike's what's called the All-Terrain Compound ATC. Before it was just Nike's standard rubber, and this thing did really well in the wet on the slick suburban roads out here. I didn't take it in the snow yet, but I suspect it will do pretty well. If anyone has tried this in the snow, please let me know. I know a few people picked it up after I highlighted it, and the reason I actually bought it and highlighted it is because I got this for, I think, I'm forgetting the exact deal now, but under $100, somebody posted on the Subwall app. So great shoe if you want a daily workhorse. Plus, in this colorway, it has that motivational aspect. I don't know if it's going to be as unbreakable. I suspect this will firm up a touch in the cold, but certainly better than a standard EVA, and you get the grip with the full Gore-Tex. So this is one of the best Gore-Tex shoes out there. The other Gore-Tex daily trainers on the market are the Adidas Supernova. They have a Gore-Tex version of that. There's a Gore-Tex version of the Cumulus, Gore-Tex version of the Clifton. So there are a few other Gore-Tex version shoes, and if you like any of those shoes, those might be good. I haven't tested them, but if you're a fan of the Clifton or a fan of the Cumulus, you might want to pick those up. The one thing with the Cumulus that is weird to me is that shoe does not have a rubber outsole. So this is going to take it with any of those shoes from the grip. That's what transcends any of those, but I haven't tested them. So if you have tested any of the other Gore-Tex daily trainers, let us know in the comments so you could recommend it to our fellow hobby joggers here. All right, number one on the list. You guys are going to be shocked, or maybe you're not. I haven't got the thumbnail yet, so maybe the shoe's going to be in the thumbnail and you're not shocked. But I am shocked that I am putting this shoe number one on any list of mine, but it is the Asics Super Blast 2. Best winter running shoe. Why is this the best winter running shoe? Now, this is not my favorite shoe to run in. It's really not. For the first 50 to 70 miles, it's clunky, it's awkward. I call it the fastest brick of 2024. However, I ran it yesterday morning, and it felt a little bit better as it's softening up, maybe as it breaking in, maybe. But the main thing is that it felt the same in 20-degree temperature as it did in 80-degree temperature. It's completely unbreakable. It is solid, sturdy, and reliable. That's what you want in a winter shoe. And in this colorway, the Trash Juice colorway, you better gosh dang believe this is gonna motivate you to get out of bed and run. You're gonna have dreams of candy fields and lollipops, thinking about getting out of bed and popping into the Nutcracker Ballet 17s right here. The Gumdrop Fairy? This is the Gumdrop Fairy Drip. And even got a little green on the back. Bang. This is the Demented Watermelon 5 right here. So it has the full race foam. That's why it's so unbreakable. All the pink you're seeing right here, that's race foam. And it felt really nice in the cold. It did. It's resistant to the temperature. It didn't feel any firmer than normal. The ride of it, again, for me, doesn't blow me away. I like the Mag Max more, but it is lighter. And if you're already freezing cold, you might like something a bit lighter. So this thing is a complete tank. You can't kill it. It's like a more refined version of the Ultra Boost in that you're going to be able to run it forever. The grip is solid. That's one of the things that they improved on the V2. And this is one mod that I would highly recommend you make. Get an insole that is comfortable and put it in, because the insole in the Super Blast is terrible. This improved my experience with the shoe a lot. I took my insole from the Saucony Ride 17. Look at this. It looks like Piba. It's not Piba. It looks like Piba. It's not. It's beaded TPU. So get an insole like this. I was thinking of making some. Should I source some Piba from China and make my own insoles? I was thinking I should make an insole, and then it said, what does it say? Form fit? Just say business right there. Say you're standing on business. That'd be a good idea. Get a better insole, because the insole is terrible. That completely transformed the ride experience here. Made it so much more comfortable. That gave it that softer step-in feel. But this is going to be a great daily trainer, like the Peg Trail 5 for the cold winter weather months. A little bit bouncier, a little bit more exciting. I'll still take the Deviate Nitro. I'll still take this guy for fast workouts, because this guy has more of that pep to it, more of the zip. The Super Blast, for some reason, I just can't get the legs going. I'll also take the Gore-Tex here if you need any serious snow performance, and if you need any serious wet weather protection, but Super Blast, this is gonna be the guy if you want just a solid, reliable shoe. It's also great for the treadmill. It feels pretty normal compared to other super max stack shoes. I would prefer this on the treadmill over the Mag Max. So there you go. These are were these the top 3? Yes, these were the top 3 right here, plus the Mag Max. Then we have the Zagama for comfort. We have the Terex for, I still need to test this, but I think this could be a snow banger. I really think this could be a snow speed banger. It's an ultra shoe. And then we have this as a deal do-it-all pick in the Ultra Boost. So that's all I have for you guys today. Saturday One Take. We're clocking in at 20 minutes and 25, 6, 7, 8 seconds. I'll be back tomorrow with another video.